Hi, excuse the horrible glow. I'm reading my notes. This video is going to be similar to something I made a couple months ago. It's an acting related video. I think I am starting to make more acting related videos. Still doing monologues and monologues coming soon. Long story short, I've been acting since a very young age. I'm not famous. Yeah. Something I love doing, and I recently graduated from an acting degree, and I've also studied at places like that. And I am in a theatre production at the moment too, so what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to outline some tips of getting into acting. So it might be helpful, it might not be. If you're an actor, if you are not, try. It's going to be based off of my experience, but keep in mind, and this is really, really, really important, every actor's experience of, getting to where they want to be, example, Hollywood or whatnot, is their own story. Really. It is possible if you believe. That's what I believe. Starting out, during auditions, landing the role, and what now. Any questions arise, feel free to leave a comment below and like, subscribe, etc. Starting out, so you obviously should have an interest in acting. Heck, whatever you do, you kind of have an interest or a passion for it, and it doesn't mean that you're doing it just for money, because you won't last very long. Because for a long time you don't get paid work, and only very few people in the world, 5%, I don't know, of the world population are able to survive, or not even 5%, 2% maybe, are able to survive on acting. But don't let that make you sad. For a couple years I was actually struggling with that. I'm like, why am I doing this? What am I doing it for? You kind of have to understand what you're doing for. It will take time. It won't be necessarily paid, so that's time and energy. The rewards might not be too great, but you gotta understand why you're doing it. Everyone has their own journey, their own way of working towards what they want. For example, so starting out in my case was having drama classes for many years, was attending acting short courses, long courses, getting myself out there. StarNow is a really, really, really handy tool. You are the product, you're selling yourself. So it's a lot of self-selling, in the sense that you attend auditions, you meet people. StarNow is a great tool. I'll also post a link below. It's a freelancer's way of getting jobs. Classes, definitely. I know it could be very, very expensive. If you're not financially secure or whatever, then you can learn stuff from YouTube. You can read stuff. Reading is also a very good thing. Like, for example, plays. Shakespeare, the best playwright. Different things, like different acting books. The more you read, the more you know. Knowledge is power. Having a go. Monologues. You can get a friend and you can do a two-hand. For example, StarNow, you apply for jobs, you apply for, the characters you reckon you can play, and if you're lucky, you get called to an audition. An audition, depending on how you're being auditioned, works in several ways. Generally, it depends. Things called typecasts and such. Yes, for a while you will be typecast, but the more you do, the more connections you'll get, the more you'll build your show reel, so getting like clips from different things you've done and put it together, the better you'll become. You just keep working at it and you keep auditioning. Audition as much as possible, and I know it can be sometimes draining to travel to an audition, but it's not like, at least not at this stage, it's probably not a good idea to apply for an audition that's in another country if you can't actually get there. You know, make it, what's the word, reasonable. The audition process just depends, so you have to read carefully what they're asking for. Might not get the part every single time. The amount of auditions and parts you get is like so many auditions. Parts. You can't play everyone, if that makes sense. Like, apply for all that you can. Have lots of people saying no. When you land the role, it is similar. Well, it is similar to the auditioning thing because it all depends what they want. Once you have the part, it is appropriate to keep the part and, you know, live through the part, in the sense that turn up to rehearsals on time, know when your rehearsals are, ask questions if you don't know, be conscientious, be a good person, make connections, because it all counts in the bigger picture. What now? So this is the hardest part really for any actor, and it's something everyone is at their own stage of the acting thing. Everyone's got their own process, everyone learns differently, etc. So the point is, figure out where you see yourself in this acting thing. And I think this applies for anything, like when you're searching for a job, you know, envisage your future. You gotta know where you want to end up before you actually go somewhere, because you'll be lost. My goal, and I've been very blunt about this in recent videos, is I want to star in Doctor Who one day. It's possible. That doesn't mean it'll happen overnight. I did lots of courses, I did classes and stuff, building my repertoire, etc. Then I joined Star Now. Then I decided to do unpaid extra work to get like the overview of what it's like on a film set, blah blah. Then I did paid extra work, which is the same thing but you get paid. And then I did unpaid secondary roles, which was like a step up. So I do have lines now. Then I have lead role unpaid, which is I'm a lead, but it's unpaid, boo. And then, you know, it's like I've got my certain amount of steps, and now I have an agent and I'm happy, and I'm still, like I said, I'm still doing what I'm doing. I believe in having a survival job. I could have had a survival job that was related to acting, but I thought, why not have, you know, feel like a Hannah Montana kind of thing and have a second life, which is not related to acting. I know it's a big, oh my god, you're learning another thing, but it helped. It's helping. 5 big tips that that was maybe mentioned in this video, but from my personal experience, etc., it may help. So, 1 is know what your end goal is. 2, don't be discouraged and give up too easily. 3, make as much connections as you can. Like, seriously. Having and knowing people is a huge asset in this industry. 4, and I just forgot 4. Oh yeah, don't do it for money. And 5, because I can't think of anything else, just do it. If you want to do it, do it.